Cinderella.
Okay, once upon a time, long ago in a faraway land, poor Cinderella lived with her mean step-family. They filled her days with cooking, scrubbing, washing and chores of every kind.
Is that what they make you do?
They did make me do that. Does anybody here do any chores?
I
Are you all very helpful?
I help
Do you help your mum?
Today I have to do the chores. Yesterday I did the whole fire. They scrubbed the whole fire.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, my mum had a cup of tea and a biscuit.
Oh, that's lovely.
I helped my mum.
It's very good to help you.
I had to do everything on my own. She told me to do everything. I scrubbed the floor and told me to do the ironing, and I don't even know how to do the ironing. And I don't even know how to
Right,
say it
okay,
properly.
so Cinderella's stepmother and two stepsisters. What are they called? Do you know?
Anastasia and Joseph.
That's right. They never helped her work. But Cinderella remained cheerful and kind. It's very important to be kind, isn't it?
Otherwise you can't be friends with her. They won't be sisters are just jealous of her.
That's
Because
right.
she's really nice.
Who's
And
Cinderella's
she took her
friends?
clothes. The birds and the mice. And the animals.
She loves the
Gus
animals,
and
isn't
Jack.
she?
Gus and Jack. Yeah, Gus and Jack.
Who is she saving here?
Gus.
Yes. Cinderella even made clothes for the mice who shared her small attic room. Does anybody here live in an attic room?
No, I don't.
Do they all
I
have nice
definitely do.
bedrooms?
Yes. Yeah.
Are they all nicely coloured?
Yeah.
No.
Mine is brown. Mine is all black, so I can't see anything.
No, you don't. I saw
Oh,
your
sure, that's not
battery.
true.
Yeah,
What colour's yours,
true.
Andra?
Loads of colours.
Loads of colours. Oh, is it very
Mine
pretty?
is black, so I can't see anything.
No, it's not. I saw your bedroom, however.
One day, Jack, her favourite mouse, was upset. What's all the fuss about? Cinderella asked. He led her to a new mouse, caught in a trap. There he is. What did she do for him?
He's fat. Gus is fat.
Cinderella quickly freed the frightened mouse.
Andra.
Then she dressed him in new clothes and found the perfect name for him, which was
Gus.
Gus. What's she
Right.
doing here?
Feeding the chickens. No, birds.
When it was time for Cinderella to feed the chickens, the mice headed for the barnyard. Cinderella always saved some corn for them, but today the mean old cat, do you know the cat's name?
Yeah. Lucifer.
Yes, that's right, Lucifer, blocked their way. Jack was chosen to get the cat to chase him, and the other mice could scoot outside. Do you know how they did that?
Yeah, they put their
They
tails
chose.
together and
Then they
the
pulled
red
it out.
one pulled a tail out.
That's right. The plan worked. Jack kicked the cat, and angry Lucifer began chasing him, but he went into the milk here. But Jack was too fast for Lucifer and made it to safety into a mouse hole. While Lucifer waited for Jack to come out, the other mice scampered by him. What did Gus do?
Scampered by.
Did he drop some corn?
Cool. Yeah.
He did, didn't he? Cinderella spent the rest of her days attending to chores. Take that ironing, Joseph demanded. Don't forget the mending, Anastasia added. Pick up the laundry and get on with your duties, her stepmother ordered.
And that's stepmother. Yes.
And
Don't
that's
even
a
know
death,
her
isn't she?
name. What's her name?
Oh, it's just
I
stepmother,
can't.
that's what I call her.
Me.
Meanwhile, at the royal palace, the king complained to the Grand Duke.
That's me.
It's high time my son got married, he sobbed. I want grandchildren. The king decided to hold a ball. If all the eligible maidens come, said the king, the prince is bound to find his bride among them. The royal ball. Later that day, Cinderella heard a knock on the door. "Open in the name of the king," said the royal messenger. He handed Cinderella an invitation. When her stepmother read the invitation aloud, Drizella and Anastasia became excited. Each imagined the prince falling in love with her. Do you think he could fall in love with one of them?
No. They're too ugly.
They're too ugly. Cinderella was also excited. "Why, that means I can go too," she said. The stepsisters laughed. Every eligible maiden is supposed to attend.
That's what they did to you.
They were horrible, weren't they?
That's what they did to you. They didn't let you go to them.
Surprisingly, her stepmother agreed. "I don't see why you can't go if you get all your work done."
I would be Cinderella by that.
Cinderella raced to her room and found a dress that belonged to her mother. With a little stitching, she could make it pretty. As Cinderella worked on the dress, her stepmother and stepsisters called for her and gave her many chores. "Get them done quickly," said her stepmother. What did the mice do?
They made the dress for her.
Why?
They made it prettier.
They did, didn't they? They were very nice.
They made it pretty for you.
When Cinderella had to put the dress aside, her animal friends began to work on it. They gathered beads and a sash that the stepsisters had thrown away. Soon they had created a beautiful gown. Cinderella finally finished her chores and went to her room. Then she realised it was too late to get ready for the ball. She was so sad. Then they showed Cinderella the beautiful gown. "Oh, thank you so much," she cried. What happened then?
They took all the beads and they ripped her dress.
They did, didn't they?
They ripped her dress and then said,
That's my dress. That's my shaft. That's my beads. That's my string.
That's right. So they tore Cinderella's dress, didn't they? Cinderella's friends watched sadly.
I know.
It's no use. Nothing will help.
It's not true that she cries in a that the film I saw was when she was going outside and crying she had this big thing with that waterfall and she cried on that on the edge of it and then she saw something and then she went near it
it was with a tree. She cried at a tree and then she made the tree grow bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh.
With the water.
Right, so who appeared?
The fairy godmother. That's what happened to you.
You can't go to the ball looking like that. But I'm not going, said Cinderella. Of course you are, replied the fairy godmother. She waved her magic wand.
At a pump.
And what did she say?
Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo.
That's right. So she created this lovely big carriage.
Is that what she did to you?
She helped me, didn't she? And she made this beautiful dress.
That you're wearing.
On the stroke of midnight, the spell will be broken, the fairy godmother warned. Everything will be as before.
Well, she doesn't get there in time. She doesn't even get to go to the pool. It's midnight.
The glass slipper.
Maybe when the clock strikes midnight, that's when she gets to the pool.
The ball was just beginning when Cinderella arrived. She climbed the long staircase. Oh, how happy I am, she thought. There's the prince.
That's what you married. Your ugly sisters. But
They've got big butts, haven't they?
yes, very fat.
He was very unimpressed with them, wasn't he?
But that's who you married.
So that's our first meeting. And then we danced.
They dance every. Sit down, Robin.
Dad, every dance until the clock began to strike midnight.
Bing,
Everybody sing. I must go, Cinderella cried in a panic, freeing her hand from the prince's. As she fled, what did she lose on the staircase?
her glass slipper.
Right.
Sit down.
Sit down. Everybody sit down. Right, the horses were mice again. Cinderella was in rags, but she still had one glass slipper. The next morning, the prince came.
In the film, she keeps the glass slipper forever, and it doesn't.
No, with the film that I saw, she smashed it, and the mother smashed it towards them.
She smashed it on the door.
No, on the door.
Yeah, on the wall. On the wall of the clock. Yeah, on the side.
Okay, so the prince proclaimed that he would marry the girl who lost her slipper at the ball. Cinderella was so happy, she eagerly awaited the Grand Duke's visit. No matter what Drizella and Anastasia ordered Cinderella to do, she nodded dreamily. Then the wicked stepmother realised that it must have been Cinderella who was at the prince's ball. So what did she do?
She locked the Cinderella.
She did, didn't she? Let me out, Cinderella cried, but her stepmother put her key in the pocket. Laughing her meanest laugh, the Cinderella heard a knock at the door. The Grand Duke had arrived. What did my nice friend do?
She took the key
and
opened the door.
They brought the key to me, didn't they?
Some of that under his bottom.
He is, yes. So Anastasia and Drizella tried on the slipper. Did it fit?
No. One of it was too small, one of it is this small.
That's right. They've got big feet, haven't they?
Like this. Because mine was bigger.
And then the other ugly sister's got a really long foot that it doesn't fit.
They've got big feet, haven't they?
Yes.
Okay, so the mice.
It was magic, and then they didn't have really long feet, but it was magic, and it made it bigger, the slipper, smaller, the slipper.
These are your dress.
Right, so
I don't really know what your dress.
so the mice
Let me
had
see.
freed me.
Lily. Oh, Lily, wait. No, I didn't. What's this there?
Right, so Cinderella tried on the slipper, and did it fit?
Yes.
Yes. Cinderella married the prince and lived happily ever after, and so did Jack, Gus, and all of Cinderella's animal friends.
But not the mother.
No, they were nasty, weren't they?
They had to, at the end of the thing, they say sorry because they were just jealous.
Yeah, they did.
They did, yeah.
Robin, did you watch the film of the Cinderella with real people?
What do you mean?
No, the Cinderella film with real